everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to make dog-safe cupcakes or pupcakes. The first thing you're going to need is 4 bananas. I will be putting the full list of ingredients in the description, so if you just want to read them off, they're down there. I also doubled this recipe because I was expecting a lot of dogs to show up to the party, so this makes roughly 36 cupcakes. Mash up the bananas as smooth as you can get them. I have a very old potato masher. I didn't realise until the second that I started trying to do this, but if you've got one of the metal ones, it's a good bit better. Once they're mashed up smooth, you're going to be adding 235 grams of peanut butter. It's a very odd measurement, but again, because I had to double this and then I had to change it from American units to everyone else units, it looks a bit strange. Make sure your peanut butter does not contain xylitol, which I'm probably pronouncing badly, because this is extremely bad for dogs. Pour in 150 grams of honey, and then you're going to add in 4 eggs. The recipe did not specify medium or large, etc., so I just went with medium eggs to be on the safe side. Once you have those added in, you're going to want to give it a very thorough mix. Again, the recipe said to use a hand mixer, and I went and got a whisk because I'm very intelligent and mixed them up. So a whisk will not do this. This is difficult. The peanut butter is very hard, and because it's so liquidy, it doesn't want to cooperate. So definitely use an electric whisk. Mix it until everything is fairly put together like this, where there's no big lumps in it, there's no very obvious pieces of egg or whatever, and don't worry if it's super liquidy, that's just the way it is. Next, you're going to be adding in roughly 700 grams of flour. So I did this in a couple of little batches because I didn't want big clumps of flour in my mix. So I added some and then I mixed it with the whisk in hand so that it wouldn't be flying everywhere, because I don't know about you guys, but every time I use an electric whisk with flour, it flies into my face, it goes everywhere, and I'm concerned that the correct amount of flour is no longer in the recipe. Once you have your flour very roughly mixed in, doesn't need to be perfect, you can add your 5 teaspoons of baking powder. Not soda, baking powder. Follow the baking powder with 120 ml of oil, be it vegetable oil or olive oil. Again, it did not specify, so I just did vegetable oil. And then 350 ml of water. Then mix it all together on the lowest setting that your mixer has. The reason I say your lowest setting is just so the water isn't splashing you, because all of the mix is at the bottom and all the water is sitting on top. If I did it again, I would have gotten a wooden spoon and just kind of mixed it a little bit first, but I didn't think to do that at the time. I'm only thinking of that now while I'm voicing it over. When I was mixing this up, I originally, for the 700 grams of flour, I only put in 500 at the very start because I didn't want it to get too thick on the mixer, and then I said that I'd add in the extra 200 here so that everything is in it the way it's meant to be, but everything's mixed properly. So now it'll thicken up to the way it's actually supposed to be as a mixture. Keep mixing together all the ingredients until it looks roughly like this. So no lumps, no big lumps of flour or big lumps of banana or peanut butter, so everything's been mixed lovely together, and it smells really good because it just smells like banana and peanut butter. Take a bun or muffin tray of whatever sort you want, and you're going to just put in the cases. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm doing some big ones for Beauty herself is a lab collie mix, and then there's a Rottweiler coming to visit and stuff like that, and then I'm going to be doing some small ones because there's Chihuahuas and Tia, the Jack Russell, and so on and so forth, are also going to be wanting to eat some buns. Tip the mixture into each case. You're going to want to fill it anywhere between half and 3/4 full, but no more than that. So I tend to do half, so there's a bit of a lip at the top, so it's not going to overflow on me and I won't have to be scrubbing the hell out of my oven trying to remove pupcake. I'm also in the habit of only doing the half full because with human buns I like to put icing on them, and if you only half fill it, when they're cooked they only take up about 3/4 to 80% of the entire case, so the lip at the top is good for holding in icing that might try and run away from you. So it's just a good thing to get into the habit of, I think. It's a habit that I already have anyway. Once you have these filled, you're going to be putting it into the oven at 180 degrees Celsius, which is 350 Fahrenheit, for roughly 20 minutes or so. When they're done, they should look something like this. So if you put a skewer into the middle of them, it should come out clean because they should be cooked. If they're not cooked, then it'll come out with some of the batter still on the thing. You could put it in for another 5. All of these, I stabbed them and they all appeared to be cooked, so I was happy enough with them. And that's literally it. You just keep repeating that with as much batter as you have, and you take them out to cool. Make sure not to give them to a dog still warm. We like it, but we're able to know when it's too hot and we can stop and blow on it and not burn the hell out of our mouths. Dogs can't do that. Dogs are just excited to finally be getting what they see as people food, and they're just going to swallow it whole and burn everything. Like I said earlier, the bottom 4 there are small ones because I wanted to have like small cupcakes for the little dogs, and I didn't put enough. I should have spread the batter more because these ones came out in like a little lump. They didn't spread properly like the other ones would. So just make sure it's covering the entire base of the case. These buns are edible for people, and because they're sugar-free, they're actually not that bad for you, and they don't taste bad in the slightest, but if you like banana and peanut butter, you'd probably like these. That's it for this video. I hope it was helpful for someone. Let me know if your dogs end up enjoying these if you make them, and thank you very much for watching.